What is up, everybody? Welcome to the ThinkComputers Weekly Tech Podcast. This is episode 259, and our podcast is brought to you by Amazon. If you go to thinkcomputers.org/Amazon and happen to purchase something, that gives us a little kickback and keeps our podcast ongoing. With me is my co-host, Ryan. What's going on?
You threw me off a little bit there with the intro. You didn't say "What is up, guys." You said "everyone," and I was like, "Am I in the right spot?"
You have to be inclusive.
You have to be inclusive. I get it.
I think
I'm just so used to you saying "What is up, guys" at the beginning of every video that it threw me for a loop.
You know, I just realized I'm pretty sure my camera's on a different setting.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I mean,
I look fine.
It looks fine,
but I think I'm on a different setting than what I'm normally on. But I think we're good. We should be good. So hopefully we'll be done with the podcast for the evening. But yeah, it is it's another Wednesday. It seems like time's flying. We're already in February.
Oh my gosh.
January's over. So yeah. We got a ton of snow. Did you guys get any snow? No snow. We got a lot of snow.
I was so jealous when I saw all that, like some pictures. We have some friends that live in New York City, and like they had so much snow, and he was out four-wheeling in it in his new Toyota, and then I was like, oh, I'm pretty sure Pittsburgh got some snow.
Yeah,
you said you got a decent amount.
We got a decent amount of snow. It's been snowing. I actually went to the store yesterday, and when I went in the store, it was not snowing. I came out, and my car was covered. That's how much snow we got. So yeah, I'm not a fan of it. Yeah. Oh no, I can't wait to get away from it. Which we'll definitely be talking about because we have a contest kind of themed around
related to that,
which is really exciting. It's exciting for you guys because I'm giving away a ton of stuff that I have here, which I think is good too because I like to give back to everybody. So we're definitely doing that. Old Man is in the chat. What's going on, man? Old Man, he commented on our giveaway video, which is on our YouTube, that he wants some graphics cards. So I'll see what I can do with the graphics cards. Typically we have to keep those for testing, but I might have some older ones. He said even previous generation that we could possibly give away because we're not using those anymore. So, but yeah, beyond the weather, I'm trying to think if there's anything else interesting
before we start. I don't think so.
So let's jump into reviews this week, and we have two products that are completely different from each other. We'll first start with a gaming mouse. This is the Corsair Katar Pro Wireless. So Corsair came out with the original Katar Pro or Katar a while ago. Basically, it was meant to be an inexpensive mouse that was just pretty simple, not a whole lot of buttons on it. And they kind of reimagined it and released it as a wireless mouse. And instead of going through the actual review, I'll show it to you because I have it here. So here it is. This is the Katar Pro.
Pretty basic design, huh?
Yeah, it is a very, very basic mouse. The thing that's really interesting to me about it is that Corsair doesn't they don't market it as a traveling mouse, but it's too small for me to be like a normal gaming mouse. It's just too small for me to be considered a gaming mouse. Now it's completely wireless. What's cool about it is that it is you can use it via Bluetooth, or it comes with, so you can take this front piece off right here. You can see it's battery powered, but there's a little, I'm just dropping stuff all over the place. There's a little dongle for their slipstream technology, which is like less than 1 ms connectivity. So you don't have, like, if you are playing, say, like an FPS or something where Bluetooth could give you some input lag, you won't have that with this mouse. I'm not going to try to pick up the top.
So it doesn't have a cord then, since obviously it's got a battery in there. You can't use it as a corded mouse, right?
You cannot use it as a corded mouse.
You're not going to charge up an internal battery since it's just a standard. Okay.
Correct. It has technically it's a 12,000 DPI sensor, but because it's wireless, it's kind of toned down to 10,000 DPI, which I think is fine. It's very light, 96 grams with the battery installed, which I like. The thing I don't like about it is that it's all plastic. I hate to say that it feels cheap, but it feels cheap. It's all plastic, even the sides here. So when I first saw pictures of it, I'm going to try to get it so it doesn't have my eyes. So it was, you can't, it's still not going to do it. There it goes.
There you go.
You see that there? You would think that's rubber, right?
Yeah.
You would think that is rubber, but it's just part of the plastic. They've cut that shape into the plastic. I'll bring up, let's bring up the review so I can show it to you. You know, and that just doesn't, like, I would just much rather have, like,
I mean, how much does that add to the price of a mouse, right?
Yeah.
Or if this texture was like a little more rough, maybe.
Yeah,
would
but
that
it's
have
still,
helped, you think?
It's still plastic.
It's not the same as rubber, right?
Yeah. So it's still plastic. So the whole thing just feels cheap. And again, I get it. It's supposed to be the no frills wireless mouse, right? Mm-hmm. Because again, you only have your two main buttons and your buttons on the side, scroll wheel. That's it. No RGB lighting, which again I like, because on a wireless mouse, RGBs just take up power, and that's not what you want. Works with IQ, no problem. Again, I showed you the guys the dongle, but it comes with a little dongle for their slipstream technology. It's only, I think it's $40. It's not that expensive. Yes, no. $40. I'd say it's a travel mouse with high-end specs. That's basically what it is, because it has a really good sensor in it. It has their slipstream wireless technology, which is on a lot of their other higher-end gaming mice, but it's in a very small package, as I said, and it just feels a little cheap to me. Like, even if this side was rubber, this is like your main thumb side. If that was rubber, I would have given it a better score. I think I gave it an 8 out of 10. Yeah, I gave it an 8 out of 10. You know, it just feels too small to me to be like a mouse that I would use if I was like we're going to be playing Apex later. Like, I wouldn't want to use a mouse that's this small, and I don't have big hands by any means.
Yeah. And I mean, I do prefer a little bit of smaller mouse, not like tiny.
Yeah. So I wish I could. Let me see if I can. I don't think I can bring this.
Yeah, compare it to something else.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me bring myself up big here. Grab this so I can put the top back on so you guys can see it. But like, here is the glorious Model D, and here is this. So
that's, yeah, decent size smaller.
Yeah. So it's like, and again, this is like a very lightweight small mouse. So it's, again, it's just small for me. It's just like it's just too small of a mouse. So if you're looking for a good travel mouse, like I said in my review, like, this is going to live in my laptop bag now because it's wireless, it's small, it's comfortable. And it's a lot of like the travel mice are very, very cheap. This is not very, very cheap, but for a gaming mouse, it feels cheap. Does that make sense?
Yeah. If you wanted to like use it for some gaming, it's going to handle that just fine with slipstream. So, I mean, it makes sense that it's going to cost a little more. It's got a better sensor, obviously, than just your run-of-the-mill Logitech or whoever Belkin travel mouse. So
yes, yeah. So Kelly L said no rubber grip. Yeah, like I said, this like both sides have this texture, but it's built into the plastic. So I give it an 8 out of 10 for $40 if you need like a better wireless mouse, or if you're somebody who is like on your laptop a lot, like you're going from home to work, you know, you can go between. And it's nice that if for some reason you forget the dongle, you can still use it Bluetooth, which means you can also use it with products that don't have a USB, that don't have a USB port, say like an iPad or certain tablets, you could just use this via Bluetooth and you wouldn't have an issue there. So yeah, so
or
check,
between two devices, you just switch the switch on the bottom, and
yeah,
that's cool.
yeah, it's that simple. So yeah, go ahead and check that out. And the next product is it's
There it
right
is.
there. You can kind of see it. So I took a look at the SpotCam Eva 2. I'll bring up the review real quick. So it's a simple little security camera, IP connected or smart security camera. We talked about it a little bit last week. I reviewed the original SpotCam all the way back in 2015, and it was the first smart device that I ever reviewed. It's the first thing that had like an app, and this is like before I had like smart locks and smart bulbs and all this other stuff. Like it was the first device, and I thought it was so cool that I could see what's going on in my house from like an app, and now that's all too common, right? We both have cameras in our house. We both have smart bulbs. Like I'm sure most of everybody listening has the same thing. But this is an updated version of their original Eva, which offers pan and tilt capabilities, which is good because if you kind of want to see what's going on, cameras only offer a certain view. This will give you on a pan, I think it's 345 degrees on the pan, and the tilt is a 90 degrees. So you can really see a whole room, which I will show you here in a second. And the cool thing about this, and we did talk about it again, is SpotCam is one of the few companies that offer 24 hours of free video playback. So the last 24 hours is shot into the cloud, and then you can view it in real time. You can replay it those past 24 hours. And I always say this is good because if your house gets broken into or something happens, you generally know within 24 hours, and then you can pull that footage all for free. A lot of the other cameras will offer the same thing, but you have to pay for it. You have to pay for certain hours of storage or days of storage. The first 24 hours with this are free, and then they have 3 different plans. I think there's a 3-day, a 15-day, and a 30-day, which all have an added cost. But out of the box, there's no added cost to this, which is nice.
Does this support like internal storage as well? Can you put like a micro SD card or anything?
It does not. That's
so it's only cloud. Okay.
Yeah, it's only cloud. But the cool thing I do like about it, maybe I'm more old school with this, is that a lot of these cameras you can only use with an app, right? Like we both have Wise cams. They're very, very popular. You can only use them with an app. You can't like go to the Wise website and access your camera. With the SpotCam, you can do it both on an app and on the website, which I'll go ahead and I'll bring it up and I'll show you the pan and tilt on this thing too. Log in and bring up my camera.
It's going to be podcastception. It's like,
I know it's going to be, it's going to be the whole thing. I'll bring it up big here. I might lag a little bit because I guess I'm pulling this.
Yeah, you're pushing it up and then pulling it back down, and
yeah,
that's all right.
And it's taking longer than normal, so I assume it's because we're doing all the podcasts and stuff. Maybe this won't.
Is it very loud when it turns or adjusts at all? Like, does it make much noise?
Not really.
Okay.
It's weird that it's not pulling it up now.
What about is it on?
It is on. It's on. It's
old man. Kind of going back to our previous conversation. He said the Katar Pro is on sale right now on Amazon for $29.
Nice.
So
nice. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it is a good mouse. It's a good little. Like I said, I just feel for the size, it's more of a travel mouse. Okay, here we go. So Podception coming to you. So here is
there he is.
There I am. So hi everybody. This is what I look like when I podcast. You can see my kitchen over there. Since this is my living room, but this is the camera. And this is kind of what you would see. And the app on the phone is very similar. All of these little things are events. So you can track events, you can track noise events, you can track moving events, all that kind of stuff. Now I have it pointed on me, and if like most cameras, this is the view that you would get, right? But if I go over here, I can bring up my pan and tilt control, and we'll move it just a little bit. So so you can see it move. And I can go like decently far. Like you guys get to see my living room as we go over here. Oh,
I see a test bench laying next to the TV.
yeah, and we'll keep on going all the way over to all the other side. But I mean, it goes even farther than that. Like I could probably turn it very, very far as we keep on going here. But it goes like you can see there's like a Ryzen box right there because it's on the shelf behind me. But it goes really, really far, and you can set up like different presets to make. Oh, I went too far. You can see there's my little my
router.
TP-Link, my mesh TP-Link stuff sitting there. But you can set up like presets. You can set it to like patrol between different things. You can set it the pan. There's like the pan and tilt is really nice. I think if you're trying to monitor a large area, it makes it very, very easy. I would say, you know, yeah, I'm back. But yeah, I mean, like I said, the cameras. Wait, it's
there. It is.
I'm so bad at this. It's right there. So yeah, I mean, it for that. I really like it. And I like that again. You can do that from like the website. So for me, like if I'm trying to monitor a situation or something, like I can have it up on my screen on one monitor. That's just like something that so many of these cameras don't do. You have to have it on an app, and then your phone battery, you drain your battery or something, or you don't want to look at it on the little screen there. You want it big. And the only thing which I didn't like about it, and I'm sure you know this from your Wisecam, I'll bring it back up, is that if I want to record, so on most apps, you just hit like a record button, right?
Yeah.
So say somebody broke in here and I have the recording, or I have it back in my, my 24 hours of time here, I can, I would just like go back and then hit record, right? And then let it play through. Here, what I have to do is this: you go to make film, and you actually have to pick the time and the length. It's just it's just like one extra step, which I don't like.
Yeah.
But beyond that, like
you can like review the footage and be like, all right, here's my start point. Play.
Yeah.
Okay, that's where I want it to end. Stop, and then it exports that section.
Yeah. Kelly L asked another question. Power plug or battery? It's powered. It uses a micro USB for power. So technically you could power it from like a power brick, if you wanted to. But yeah,
like a portable battery.
Yeah, if you wanted to. But no, it's mainly made to be plugged in. But I do like it again for a couple reasons. One, the biggest one is that 24 hours of free cloud storage, which means if somebody comes in and breaks the camera, you'll have footage up until the point that person breaks the camera. And they can't, if just like in our Wisecams, if we don't have a package through them to record, none of that stuff's saved to the cloud. It's on the device itself. They can
take that card.
Yeah, they can pull that card out and they'll cover their tracks per se. With this, you don't have to worry about that. And again, you can buy more packages for longer recording. But I do feel that 24 hours is more than enough for most.
Do you know what that bandwidth or data looked like across there? I don't know if you looked at any of those metrics, but like how much data they, estimate at, whatever the frame rate is.
It's 1080p at 30 frames a second. But I don't know what the bandwidth would be. I ran a SpotCam, the old one.
I'm just thinking with data caps from some ISPs, right?
I don't think it would be pushing that much. And I do have to say one thing, what I did put as one of the cons in this. Again, I gave this an 8 out of 10 as well, just like the mouse. One of the cons that I put is that the image quality is not the best. Like our Wisecams, I feel, have a better quality image. Okay. That might have to do with the whole cloud storage thing, because obviously with the Wisecam, whatever it is saving to the cloud is 10 seconds, right?
As opposed to just constant video.
Yeah, constant video.
And you can save better quality to that local SD card. Yeah, that might make sense. It could be a lower bit rate or something that this is streaming. It's
not something where you couldn't see what's going on with people, right? I would say that, like, you can obviously see what's going on. And then secondly is that I had the original SpotCam. This one is coming out here in This came out the end of 2020, 2021, and the mobile app is essentially the same. Same with the web interface is essentially the same as the one I reviewed in 2015. That just it seems like it should be updated. It seems like it should be a little bit more snappy. Those are the only two downsides. But I think if you're wanting a pan and tilt camera that will offer you cloud storage for free, basically for 24 hours, you don't have to deal with inserting card. I know a lot of people buying these aren't computer people like us. They're like, what's an SD card? Why do I have to install an SD card? And it does serve you the security of, again, if somebody does break in and bashes this thing or would try to take out a card, it's in the cloud. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is nice.
Yeah. So it's worth checking out. It's not that expensive. It's $49.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
Yeah. So it's not that bad for what you're getting. And yeah, so I think it's a good price. It's for a certain person, obviously. But yeah, I mean, 345 degrees pan and 90 degrees tilt. Basically, I mean, you guys saw my whole living room basically. So yeah, check out that review as well. And we will jump over to Case Mod Friday, and we have a very cool case mod. Actually, this guy has another one that I wanted to feature, but we'll feature in a couple of weeks, which is really, really good as well. But this one is from AK Mod. It is his G-Pack prototype, which I'm not super familiar with Gundam. This is themed after Gundam, but I guess this is a jetpack.
No, it says right there it's a G-Pack.
Well, I guess that's what this is. I mean, if you look at like the photos, I mean,
I love the color scheme with the white and then the blue, red, and yellow.
Yeah, I really do too.
It is very reminiscent of some Gundam stuff, and the fittings right there with the white and red. That just looks sweet.
Yeah, you don't see it enough of like two color. We did see it in a couple other builds, two different colors.
Yeah, I mean, EK makes some stuff, that like you can add some color to your fittings, but this is pretty awesome.
Yeah. And you can see he added like some, just like the little accent there, and I guess I think it says Federal or whatever that is for Gundam. I'm not like a Gundam person, so Kosher Tech is in the house. What is going on? Yeah, it's just like, again, this is more like a test bench almost, but it's like what's really, I always say this about a lot of these is like, this looks like a prop from a movie set.
Yeah. Well, and I'm wondering, okay, so I guess, the radiators are back there. Yeah. Because I was looking, when you look at it from the front, all you really see is the motherboard and the GPU, right? You're like, where's the power supply? But it goes pretty deep, as we're seeing here. And now those two fans that are there in the back, I'm guessing those aren't functional because, like, what are they cooling there? Unless they're blowing some air down. Oh, actually, you know what? They could be blowing down to feed the radiators to blow back up, I guess. It looks like.
I mean, they're definitely they're definitely moving. There's shots of them. Yeah. Like, yeah, they're definitely moving in the.
And then maybe the air is flowing down and hitting those other fans that are underneath. I like the grills that are on top of the radiators as well.
Yeah,
that looks pretty sweet.
And again, like the paint job on those is excellent. AK Mod, his other one that we will feature in a couple weeks. What is this called? What is this? Is like because like they're not.
It's like an offset.
Yeah.
I don't know why you would. I don't know how to look.
Yeah, that's a Ryan question because I'm not the water cooling guy.
Hey, look at that! It's an offset fitting.
Yeah,
that was right.
There's that paint job you talked about in close. Like, look at that.
Yeah,
like that's
pretty awesome.
Yeah, and he has the T-Force memory, which looks awesome in there as well.
Yeah, those fittings are usually for like on Bits Power if you need to move something, like because something's not going to fit, which doesn't seem to be the case there. I think they just did it for looks,
and it looks good. It looks good. So definitely check this one out. It's called the G-Pack prototype from AK Mod. As I keep on saying, he has another one, which is absolutely amazing as well. But yeah, mostly all Bits Power water cooling on this. ROG graphics card, I believe, and I think that's an Asus board too. So yeah, so definitely go ahead and check this one out. As I always say, we have our full section of Case Mod Friday builds. You just go up to articles, Case Mod Friday. It's right there. And we have tons. Every week we feature one. So definitely go ahead and check all of that out. And we announced it on Tuesday. It's going to keep Tuesdays in mind because that's when you'll get new prizes for this contest. So we talked about it a little bit at the end of the podcast last week. So if anybody who wasn't here last week, basically I'm going to be moving from Pittsburgh to San Diego. And as you can see behind me, and I have a storage unit full of hardware. Most of it we typically do either give away or like there's local LAN parties that I give a bunch of prizes to. That's usually how I get rid of a lot of this stuff. When I moved to this place, I gave away a ton of stuff it was also in a storage
I remember you
unit.
had a bunch of cases you were trying to get rid of. That
so
time.
Somebody came and picked up like 9 cases.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So basically, what we're going to be doing this time is every week I'm going to give something away. It might be old, it might be new. I haven't gone to the storage unit to see what all I have there, but I do have some stuff here as well. I'm going to be making a list. And if you go to thinkcomputers.org/moving, that is the contest page. In each week we'll have a contest. They'll run for 7 days. Every week, going to give something away to you guys. It's super simple to enter, just like all of our contests. It's just a way to give back to you guys. So every week we will have something new. Yeah, like I said, I'm excited to give stuff away. I'm excited to move. Kosher said, Bob, just send me everything, please. Get it on the contest, man. Like I said, every week. So most of our contests usually run for a month. So these are only a week, and it's super easy to enter. I think there's you can get up to 13 entries or something like that too. So definitely get in on it. LBOE says, funny to hear somebody moving to CA. I'm in CA, and a lot of people here talking about leaving. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't my first choice. It's related to my girlfriend's job, so that's the reason why we're moving. We were actually looking at Florida because of taxes and all that other stuff. But I'm not going to complain about there's snow outside, and I'll be in San Diego, be sunny and beach, and
San Diego's pretty hard to complain about for the most part.
But obviously there's pros and cons of each place. Sure. Obviously, places to live are more expensive. Taxes, they're more strict on a lot of things. But again, I think it'll be a fun experience, and I'll probably be documenting, resetting up the office and all of that stuff. So you guys can definitely stay tuned for that. It'll be a lot of fun. So guys, just again, thinkcomputers.org/moving. Every Tuesday, we will announce a new product. So just every week, go there, bookmark it. And I assume this is going to go well. So I probably have more things to give away even after I move, because I feel like I have a lot of stuff. So it will probably
how many weeks you got left till you move, and how many boxes you got behind you? I don't think it adds up.
Yeah, it doesn't add up. So we'll have a lot of stuff to give away. So definitely stay tuned for sure. So yeah, that's our big contest. And again, every week on this podcast, we'll talk about it because we'll have a new product being announced the day before, which is pretty cool. So always something to talk about on the pod, which I'm pretty excited. You have to come out to San Diego too.
Maybe.
Yeah, you have to come out.
Maybe if CES goes next year.
Yeah.
After CES weekend or something.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun.
So, yeah.
So that brings us to news, and there's not a whole lot, but there are some interesting things that I definitely want to talk about. First thing is that it appears that the Radeon RX 6700 XT will feature 12 gigabytes of GDDR6. This is kind of expected. You know what I mean?
I like, yeah. I like the 12. I think that the 12 gig mark on video cards is probably about right, because I'm always monitoring, like when we're playing or streaming. I had, I've got multiple screens and I'm monitoring my temperatures and just loads on stuff. And I'm always, when we're playing Apex, I'm getting close to that 8 gig mark, right? And so I'm like, man, if I had another 4 here to just
Yeah.
have a little wiggle room. So I'm happy to see that this card is going with the 12, and at the same time, still confused by the 3060 version with 20 gigs. But anyhow,
Yeah. Yeah, so the 6900 XT, the 6800 XT, and the 6800 all have 16 gigabytes of GDDR6. Moving down to 12 gig for a 6700 XT, which is targeting 1080p gaming. I assume a lot of people would probably try to run 1440 on it as well, especially in like esports titles. I think 12 gives you like a buffer for upcoming titles, I think too,
yep.
right? Um, we have seen Nvidia like come out with cards pretty frequently or refresh. Maybe AMD will not do that, which would be nice, which they didn't do. We didn't see that with the 5700 series. We didn't see a refresh of those, which is nice. Which means that your card will last at least for a year and a half, not like next year you have to buy something new. So yeah, so that is that. Real quick in the chat, LBOE says, what kind of cases do you have? I have a bunch. I will be on the thinkcomputers.org/moving. Once I have to make a list of the stuff I have, and then like it's gonna say like week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. The prizes will be listed there, and then it will say like coming soon. And then the day that the contest launches, the Gleam thing will come up where you can enter. So just keep on checking back on it. And as I make a list of things that I'll be giving away, they'll be added as weeks on that page. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I was trying to make sure that I'm making sense on that. But yeah, just check back. We'll definitely have some stuff there. Also talking about Radeon cards, it appears that more reference cards will be available this quarter. AMD's senior director said in an interview that more reference 6000 series cards will be available in the first quarter, which is good. I think that when it comes to especially AMD cards, reference cards, like AMD would make a batch and that's it. Like you wouldn't get any more.
Let the AIB partners take over.
Yeah, like that first batch was like basically for reviewers and like 100 other people. So yeah, it's good to see. I think obviously the demand's there. With Nvidia, you can't get cards like at all, and it's kind of the same thing on the AMD side. But if they have more reference cards, which again I think the reference card looks far better than their previous ones.
Lower style.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind picking up a reference card, which we haven't had any cards from the Radeon 6000 series. So it'd be nice to get some of those. So if one pops up, I might pick one up. We'll see. But yeah, that's good to see. I think I would again, and I keep on saying like March April time for like all of
Hopefully.
this to be over. You'd think, but you never know. So yeah. Moving on from there, another graphics card, and this is insane. One, the card is amazing as it is. It's like one of the best 3090s that you can get. Secondly, that it was overclocked to 3 gigahertz, which is insane. So the Galax GeForce RTX 3090 Hall of Fame, which if you haven't seen this card, it's sick. I've always been a fan of the Hall of Fame. One, it's all white. And like unlike most companies who do white cards, the PCB is white as well, which nobody else does. Like that's all white PCB. It has the LCD on the front with the Hall of Fame. It's just an awesome. So it was overclocked. The Hellas OC team, and they broke 16 world records. It was overclocked to 3 gigahertz.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Like that's insane. We don't have the list of all the 16 world records that it broke, but it broke like pretty much all the GPU world records. Yeah, that's just insane.
So, can you play games on the little screen on the side? How funny would that be if you could like run something on that screen?
Yeah, that'd be hilarious.
I know that's not possible, but
Yeah.
no, yeah, this is a pretty cool card.
Yeah, the white, like a kosher text says, the white on white. Yeah, like the white on white is just,
I
even
mean,
though you
even the
pay,
power connections. Look at that, are white
yeah,
plastic.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
it's
like
awesome.
even though, especially these days, you don't see it, it's just like to know that it's just the white on white. You don't see any black or anything like that. It's just, ugh, I want one of these so bad. It's just such a nice card.
The
Um,
screen's a little much, but without it, it looks pretty sweet too.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, in my case, it would look dumb because I have the vertical. I have like the right,
Yeah,
like it would, But if you had it regular, it would look awesome. I think having all your, I think it just displays like the stats and all that kind of stuff on it.
mhm.
But yeah, check it out. We have the link to all of that stuff. Um, yeah, that's just crazy. 3
It's not
gigahertz
that
too.
thick of a card either, right? I
I think
mean,
it's like two.
two and a
I think
half.
it's 2 point. It's probably like a 2.5 slot card. With this, it probably
With the
extends
obviously,
down.
yeah, that adds quite
Yeah,
a bit, but like the card itself and the heat sink and cooling and everything, it really isn't that.
yeah,
Kosher was asking what the screen's for. I think by default it just shows statistics of the card itself.
yeah. I think they have an app that allows you to put whatever, not like whatever you want on it, but like it's just like the NZXT app where you can kind of put stuff on it. So
Customize it a bit. Yep.
yeah. So yeah, go ahead and check that out for sure. Coming up next, this isn't super big news for most of us, but a Intel 12th generation Alder Lake P mobility was spotted, uh, which is pretty interesting. 14 cores but 20 threads, which is weird. Maybe because it was like a sample. But this will be the next generation mobile. I did see a story actually today that Intel's taking market share back because of mobile, like because of their mobile chips from AMD. So
Hmm.
like, again, this isn't like super exciting to us, but it's out there. It was in the Geekbench database. It's just weird. 14 cores but 20 threads. That's all.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah. So not like, again, not super excited, but if you guys are into laptops, you might want to go ahead and check that out. That brings us to some new releases this week. The first one is from Asa, which of course is a case maker. They had this really interesting case that's getting a ton of.
It is. And I was looking at it and I was like, I know I've seen this case before. I thought maybe this was a different size that they had released. And I go ahead and go through this and I'll tell you why.
Yeah, so basically, I mean, this is what the case looks like. It's called the Cast, and it basically opens up. Like the case itself is pretty open form. You can actually see the big cutout here,
Mhm.
but it's not necessarily like an open air case because it does have essentially these panels on it.
Panels. Yep.
Yeah, but like you can open these panels or this outer shell of it. Um, you know, it's interesting.
Yeah, the hinged panels. And then you can rotate it on its side and they can kind
Yeah,
of open to the sides as well,
yeah. Let
which
me
is
see
kind of
if I can.
cool. But I had seen this and I was like, man, this looks so familiar. I know I've seen this. I think Hardware Canucks, like back in November, kind of previewed this in a video. And I
Okay.
know, and I had seen a build, someone did a build in this as well. So kind of as a preview, and I just figured it was already out. But then I saw this
Yeah.
news today, and or today or yesterday, whenever that was. But no, it's a pretty cool looking case, really.
It's cool. I like stuff like this. I mean, like that looks pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
But it's not necessarily like that's not. I just
What
don't.
do you mean?
It's not that functional. Like you're not gonna have your case sitting with this top.
With it open? No.
Yeah. So I mean, it's like a cool thing, but it's like, are
I mean,
you?
to get into it, I guess, I don't know. But when are you getting into your PC? When's the last time you got in your,
Yeah. And again, if this is like how this is supposed to be set up, like if you close this, you're killing the airflow. And same thing with the front. I mean, you only have this like little slit here for airflow in the front. Um, you have this one little fan back there.
Yeah, it looks like it might be kind of weak back there, like a lot of thin
Yeah.
pieces of metal back there. I mean, you're not really holding anything up at that section of the case, but
Yeah. I can see this for like mods would be cool.
does
I
it
can
come with
see
a remote? Kosher says that would be cool if you could press a button and it'd flip up. You know, that'd be like a super in-win type of thing. But
Yeah.
that'd be kind of cool.
But I mean, it's $209.99. That's a lot for what I'm seeing. I mean, if it only comes with this 120 millimeter fan,
Mm-hmm.
and that's just a
Yeah,
lot of money. That's a lot of money.
it is.
I'd have to see it. That's why, damn, I wish like CES, like we could see this and be like, yeah, it's worth
It was worth it, or
$209.99.
no, it's not. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, not
It's
it wasn't
just
three. It wasn't $299, was it?
209.
209, not
Yeah.
no. Kosher
Yeah.
was like $300. No way.
Yeah. 209.99. Yeah, like I like this whole like when case, like I'm a big case guy. Like when case manufacturers try something different, I like it. But you have to see, one, it all comes down to price, and two, functionality. Like you can see it here closed. So how's air circulating through here really?
Right.
I mean, you have fans that are going to be behind here, but just like any case that has a glass panel on the front,
It's pretty
there's
closed off looking on that right side. Like the
yeah,
front panel up against the right side panel looks pretty tight. So
yeah.
I don't
And
know.
there's no airflow there. You have this open section, which I guess some airflow, but you don't have like, as cases are designed to have air come in the front and go out the top and the back. And the top has
Not this one, Bob.
Yeah. So
Yeah, are you gonna trap a bunch of air up top there? Right.
yeah, I'd have to see it, honestly.
Yep.
And again, that it only comes with one of these little RGB fans.
Yeah, definitely needs more fans
Yeah.
included.
Yeah, so I'd have to see what's about. It does have a Type C, it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's interesting. So, yeah, maybe we'll get one into review and see what it's about. But yeah, even like this top section, like it's so closed off for air, really. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, that's not the top
you know
section.
what? Well, it is. It can be because you can rotate it. Remember?
Yeah, this is the rotated view.
So what if you put like that, exhaust out the top, and now like it's open, so you're the side, that slot that's in the side now is kind of your intake for pulling air out the top.
But there's no fans.
Well, you'd have to put fans in there.
But how are you putting fans in an open area? Like,
no, that front panel comes off, which is the front panel is now the top, right? That comes off. So you put the fans in there and shoot them blowing up. And I know they're running into that panel, but it's going to exhaust out the gap there.
Yeah. I see a lot of airflow problems with this. Yeah, Old Man says it's style over function.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So
it's unique. It says it right there.
Yeah, very unique. Yeah. So yeah, maybe we'll get into review so we can, see what it's really about.
Yeah, make a informed
decision. Yes. Yeah. So this company that I never heard of. This is a pretty cool keyboard for one reason. It's called Vissels. I think that's how you say it. Vissels?
Yeah, probably.
This
got
is their
a function row there.
This is like a good size. So I'm all about the keyboards, as you guys know. So this is their V1 wireless mechanical keyboard. I love small keyboards, but as you go down in size, you lose functionality, and that's why I still use this. I use the 96 keyboard. You just lose certain functionality, but this one gives you everything that you miss, and it's smaller than 10 keyless, because 10 keyless still has and 10 keyless is like slightly bigger than this. This is an 84 key, right? I believe this is 84. It's
Yeah,
84. Yeah, 84 key keyboard, mechanical. Puts your arrow keys right down here, but you still get like your home. Like they have just like this little row right here because typically on a 10 keyless it's slightly bigger and like that stuff's in like a square setup.
mhm,
Um, and you get a full function row because if you go down to 60%, you lose your function row and you lose your arrow keys. It's like perfect size, I think. And I do like the color, like the design of the keycaps look
mhm.
nice.
It
You can
does.
pick. I don't know if it says what switches.
I don't know if I'm a fan yet of the layout or not. I mean, I appreciate the extra keys that you usually lose, right, on those smaller 60
Mhm.
boards, but I don't know. It looks weird to me.
I
It looks
would,
like if somebody was trying to draw or like make a generic keyboard, you're like, oh, draw a keyboard. How many rows are there? I don't know, just like six. And you know what I mean? Like this is what somebody ended up with without actually figuring out what it should be.
yeah, I could see that. But fully mechanical.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know if they said what switch types,
Has
but you
some
can pick between
RGB.
red, blue, and brown. Um, it's at 6 degrees, which is pretty much perfect from.
$89. That's not bad.
Yeah. Um, so yeah, check it out. We have a link to their website, so you can go ahead and check it
Are
out.
all those key sizes standard then for those extra keys? Because I'm thinking if you got like a if you wanted to switch out the keycaps, right?
Yeah, that's a
They're
standard
not custom.
keycap.
All right, good
Yeah,
for all those
everything
others.
from what I'm seeing. Yeah,
None of them look
everything's
like they're
standard.
special sized or anything. Yeah,
Yeah, because that was the problem with Corsair keyboards. The bottom row was not standard.
right.
And if you wanted to buy like a set of custom keycaps, you couldn't because the bottom row wouldn't be correct. But yeah, these are all standard size keycaps. That's another thing. When you move down in size, you have to watch about keycap size because a lot of smaller keyboards will use custom keycaps that are smaller or bigger in some cases.
Hmm.
So you want to make sure they're standard. So yeah, it's standard, which is good. So yeah, so check it out. We have a link to their website if you want to pick it up. $89.99, which I think it's not bad. It's wireless, so pretty cool. This next one's interesting, and we had talked about this before, and I want your opinion on this. So IKEA and Asus, this was like in the middle of last year. They
Yeah, they announced it
announced,
quite a while ago, and then they kind
yeah,
of gave us another teaser. It looked like.
yeah, they gave us renders. Now we have
Hmm.
real picture products or real product real pictures of the products because they officially launched in um January 29th. They launched in IKEA in China, which makes sense. So if you guys don't know, IKEA partnered with Asus, specifically Asus ROG, to come out with IKEA ROG branded gaming furniture products, whatever you want to call it.
Hmm.
We don't have prices yet, which was the biggest thing. But we'll bring up the products. Some I think are stupid. Some we'll go to the ones that make most sense first. Like here's the desk,
Yep.
sit stand desk. It's not much different from any other sit stand desk except for this
The
little
little. Yeah, it's that
ROG
pattern
thing.
that they use, on their motherboards and stuff. Kind of there. I think
See
it looks nice.
the thing that I would hope is that these are IKEA priced.
Right. Well, they will be. I think. Well, yeah. I hope they're IKEA priced. They're probably gonna have a little bit of a premium for the ROG, you know, collaboration, but I don't think they're gonna be as much as what you would expect. Like if this was just a ROG product, you know what I mean? An
How
ROG.
much do you think this desk would be?
I don't know. I don't know what a good price on a standing desk is, or what they currently ask for one of their current models.
Yeah,
Because
see, I don't know.
really here, like they could have taken a standard desk of theirs that's a raising model, added these angled pieces. The
I mean, that's
tabletop
basically
looks a
what they
little
did.
different, right? That's essentially
Let
what
me
they did.
see
They
if
just
I
changed some
can.
design. So, I mean, I don't know, $500? Is that too low?
No,
600?
that's 600 is too high. Let's see. Let me see if IKEA has this listed.
I hadn't seen these pictures yet. I kind of skipped this article because I had seen another release the other day, and it didn't have very good pictures, but this has much better. So now I'm going to flip through here.
Yeah, I'm trying to find like on IKEA's website. There, okay, tables and desks. How much is there?
Yeah, I'm liking some of these products. Go through them again. But it really kind of looks like they've modified a lot of their existing product line.
Which we kind of
Which,
thought was
yeah,
going
you're
to
not going
be
to start from the from the ground up. They've got products that are popular that they know work for them, and
yeah. This there's no
you can't
sit
sort by
stand.
like mechanical.
No.
Mhm.
Let's see more.
I'm pretty sure they make like an
I
office type desk.
they
Yeah, there's
so here is the sit stand.
the
This
sustain Picant or yeah.
is that the mechanical or is that okay? So that's powered. This
Yep.
looks smaller, but so this is 400, right?
Okay.
Actually,
So
looks
maybe another $100 for the
yeah.
and depending on how big it is, right? That's a 47-inch desk. This looks a little wider than 47. It's also got
Yeah.
some interesting like cable cutout at the back. It looks like it's kind of
Yeah,
shaped
it's
there,
still kind of
which
hard to see.
you lose some real estate if you're putting a monitor on a monitor mount.
Now
But
this, see this little section right here?
I'm guessing that's cable management tray.
Yeah,
I think
which is
that's
nice.
hanging down at the back. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, if this was 499, that's as highest I could see it going. Just because it's IKEA and these like you can buy you can buy powered legs for like 299 from Autonomous. Literally, it comes with a motor and everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then you just have to buy the tabletop. So
Yep.
yeah, we'll see. Again, no pricing, but this is probably the most interesting product I would say out of all of them. The next one is this. This is the gaming chair.
Now this I'm not very impressed with. I mean, I
This
know,
looks so cheap.
it looks
I mean,
super cheap.
one
Everything about
okay,
it.
yeah, because it's not necessarily a gaming chair like the racing chairs that we see,
Right, but I'm
right?
not a big fan of like the huge bolstering and everything. So like the pad on this chair would actually probably be more of something I would like
Yeah.
personally.
Yeah, so it's sort of a mixture of a gaming chair and like an ergonomic chair, which I sit
Mhm.
in. It just the thinness of
Mhm.
the supports here, it looks awfully thin. Um, it's really interesting too. There's like no ROG anything on
Yeah,
it,
there's no room for any branding.
which is weird. I wonder how much you think this would be. 100?
No, it's got to be more than that.
Really?
It's like, yeah, I was thinking 2 to 250.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm cheapo. LBOE in the chat says, I got to go head out for dinner. Talk to you guys later. Well, thanks for stopping
Thanks
by.
for
We
coming out.
appreciate
Yeah,
you hanging out here in the live stream.
definitely.
Go to the next
What
one.
else? What else you got?
We got this little, what do you call this? Like a
Cart?
little,
I mean, it's like a little snack cart for your
well,
tendies and your
it's just like a little thing.
chicky nuggies.
Yeah, like I've had one of these before. It's just like a
Yeah.
little cart that goes like it has like your extra cables and they have food on it, but like
I don't like the deceptive size of the trash can next to it.
I know, right?
At first it makes it look like this cart is huge, and then you're like, well, wait a second, those headphones there, and then the desk
Yeah.
next to it. So yeah, I mean, I forget what the name of it is,
The
but I mean, I
Alex.
have the Alex, right? I have one
Yeah.
that my PC sits on. I have another one off to the side,
Well,
and they're
that's the
great.
thing. It's like everybody knows to buy the Alex drawers,
Mhm.
right? So what's going to make you buy this? What's the difference? Because the only difference that I see is that the two handles have the ROG branding, and then there's a hanger for
Yeah.
your headset. Beyond that, it looks to be. And what are they going to sell
I
us for?
do like the top compartment. Looks like it's got a lip around it, so you can put stuff on
Yeah.
top, and it's not going to get knocked off necessarily or slide off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How much do you think this will be? 100?
No. I mean, the Alex drawers are $79 if I remember correctly. So like 59,
Okay.
60 range
Okay.
maybe.
So again, this one makes sense. This next one's interesting because so we have a cell phone holder and a
Yep.
ring light,
Yep.
which is obviously in competition. One, this makes, I don't think these are, I guess these are still ROG themed, but this is in direct competition with Elgato per se.
Well, it's in direct competition with any sort of ring light. I wouldn't say
Yeah.
Elgato because this isn't as far as we know, it's not a smart light, right? You can't
Yeah.
control it or do the things you can with a key light. But what I mean, I appreciate the like ring light, and you could certainly stick a camera behind it, but can you adjust this to match up properly?
Yeah. I think one thing I don't like about these is why are their bases so
Actually,
big?
no, I was just about to say, I think the one fits inside the other. Looking at it,
That could be cool. Yeah.
it
Look
might
at
be.
this. Yeah, you actually might be right. So this would not only be good for gamers, but like beauty bloggers, all that kind of
Yep,
stuff. Because I don't think, I could be wrong, but I don't think IKEA makes a ring light.
I don't
Um,
think so.
yeah, because IKEA for their lighting is very, very inexpensive.
Mhm.
I have a bunch of IKEA lamps, so it's very, very inexpensive. So seeing that stuff's cool. Obviously, a cell phone holder. If this was together, how much do you think this would be together? Again, like no smart functionality, just a light and just these two things together.
$29.99.
$29.99.
29 to 39, yeah.
Okay. And then the last one, which it just does, I don't know why.
I'm gonna spill a drink if it's like that. But
Well, one, I
and is
mean,
it the cup? Is it the tumbler that they're selling, or is it the cup holder?
I don't know.
Because the cup holder doesn't.
Maybe it all comes together.
Maybe.
But like, who's putting a drink holder on their desk? Because here's the thing: if you ever use one of these things on your desk, and this is an IKEA desk, so it's not the best quality. After, like, when you remove this, you're going to have marks on your desk from this thing.
Yep.
Right. Two, like, I have a drink. It's sitting right here. It's sitting on my desk on a cup hold, like a coaster, right?
Yep.
So I don't know who uses this.
I don't know.
Like, yeah, this is weird. This is a $4.99. If it's the cup and the thing together, maybe it's $9.99. If it's just this thing, it can't be more than $5.
I don't know.
It's just
yeah, this one makes no sense to me.
yeah, just a little odd to me.
Make a cooler headphone holder.
Yeah,
right, that can clip onto your desk or tighten onto your desk
or something.
Something.
So they say that's, I'm not going to try to say these names. So IKEA's, so one, these are already selling in China. From May 2021 will be available in IKEA Japan, and from October 2021 the range will start selling globally. So you probably won't see these in stores in the US until October, which is a very long while away. Probably just to see how well they do, because I would say their biggest market is the Asian market, Japan and China specifically. So that is the first thing. Secondly, the gaming range will include 6 product lines. I'm not going to try to say their names. Yeah, I'm not going to try to say their names. But the one, it's called Upspel. I hope I'm saying that right. It said all Upspel products have been designed by IKEA and ROG in close collaboration. The remaining product families out of the 6, so the remaining 5 have been developed by IKEA based on insights and knowledge gained from the collaboration. So
okay,
some of, go ahead.
As I say, so maybe the chair and that cup holder and the light thing aren't that upspell, but upspell, but the desk is, right?
Yeah.
Just from those, because we're like, oh, there's no ROG branding on this chair.
Yeah.
So
so it says, and we didn't cover all of them. This is just like what's being shown, but it says in total, the gaming range includes more than 30 products covering both furniture, gaming desks, chairs, drawers, accessories. It does say a mug holder, a mouse bungee, a neck pillow, ring light, and many more. One, I do like to see this because I think that one, like for the most part, like everybody buys stuff at IKEA, right?
Mhm.
Like you own IKEA stuff, I own IKEA, everybody, and so many people. Like you go on YouTube, you type in like desk setup, everybody has stuff from IKEA because it's inexpensive and it works. It's good to see them have a focus towards gaming, which I think is awesome. What better way to? I mean, what better company to collaborate with than ROG for it as well? I just think that just makes complete sense. So yeah, we'll see how this stuff does. I think it will do good. I don't
Oh yeah.
see it because it's all functional for the most part, right?
Yep.
It's and with everybody again, so many people, especially, and again, it's going to continue this year. I don't see it stopping, but like everybody's at home. A lot of people are working from home. People are, schools haven't opened in places. Like everybody's at home, so they need these things, and all the kids want the gaming stuff. So
And serve double duty. So
yeah, yeah. So yeah, go ahead and check that out. We have the article. I don't know if like you can go on IKEA China's website and see this stuff. I'm not sure. I didn't really check that. So yeah. Kelly L says, I am happy with my autonomous chair. Me too. Autonomous is one of the ones too that has like, I wouldn't say copycat, but I guess they are copycat like Herman Miller stuff that's far less expensive,
yeah.
but very similar in feel. It's not the same because my buddy got like a Herman Miller, and I went over his house the other day and I sat in it, and it's amazing. But this is very similar for far less cost, just like the desks and everything else as well. So
Sweet.
So yeah, they're like the Wise of furniture because like Wise makes like the smart stuff that's very very.
They're making everything now. Yeah.
Yeah, Wise has so much stuff now. Last story of the day, which is super exciting if you want to play games and video games in your car
While you're driving.
well, I wouldn't say while you're driving. I assume that's disabled for the front unit, but Tesla, which I'm sure you guys know, all of their cars have like an infotainment system, which is basically like a computer that just like all cars, but the one in the Tesla is really nice. If you haven't seen it, it's like a full screen. The newer one that's coming out, which we're going to be talking about, it looks really awesome as well. But it's like a full screen experience. What I see this back part, which I think is really cool, if you have kids, which I think, or people, if you're on a long road trip, this would be very nice to have this back here and be able to play games. You don't have to like bring a PSP or a Switch or anything. Like you could just play it in the car.
Yeah.
But anyways, we're good.
No, it's interesting because the previous Model S, the screen orientation was portrait, and this is widescreen now, so that kind of changes things around a little bit.
Yeah.
My boss has a Model S, and it's kind of nice, the portrait. At first, I wasn't really sure about it, but it makes sense in the way they have it laid out and the way it adjusts, depending on what you have up there and have customized. It really makes sense. I'm sure they'll make everything work with a landscape as well. I'm not a fan of the steering wheel, though. I would hate not having the top.
Yeah, you gotta ride.
Yeah, you can't. You gotta put your hand on top of the
knob. You gotta lean back and ride.
Yeah.
But anyways, the new Model S, it's called their infotainment system. Apparently, it's going to be powerful enough to play Cyberpunk in Witcher 3, as you can see in these pictures. It shows Witcher.
Now, Cyberpunk. We're not talking 2077.
Oh, we are.
Really?
Elon Musk said that Elon Musk tweeted that it will play Cyberpunk.
Because I feel like Witcher 3 and Cyberpunk 2077 are on pretty different levels.
I agree. Like, but here's the thing you have to think about. One, what's the res on this screen?
Oh,
1024 by like 1920 at most, right?
Yeah, probably.
And it's rumored that this is going to be AMD powered. So you're not turning all the NVIDIA stuff on.
Yeah,
I mean, it could run it. But that's pretty interesting. Playing, I got a long road trip. Let's play some.
Or well, you're parked like at a supercharger, right, on the highway. You're on a road trip.
Yeah.
stop and charge for half an hour, play some video games.
Or
Yep.
you put it on autopilot and you just play while you're going on the commute to work. How does
I don't know. I don't remember if you can. I don't think you can play any of the games while you're driving. I know
Yeah.
you can.
I assume you can
Parked.
on this back screen.
Oh,
Can.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny though. There's a racing game, like, and I'm pretty sure it's that one, right? And you use the steering wheel to steer, right? So if you're parked and want to play, well, they had to adjust the firmware of the car, which is crazy to say, anyways, because when you would turn the wheel and you were parked, it was actually turning the wheels of the car, and it would wear that spot out. So they essentially decoupled the steering wheel from the actual steering of the car while you're playing this game, so the wheels were moving.
So you're talking about like the firmware. Yeah. So every month you can go and get your car updated. Yeah. That's one of the reasons why I was thinking about getting one of these when I moved to California. One, because there is actual, like in Pennsylvania, there's like not like where I live. I've never seen a charging station where I live currently at all for hybrid or electric vehicles. So that was one of the reasons. But two, it's like I'm a computer guy. Like I like upgrading firmware. Like I like a product that upgrades over time, just like drivers, right? Like we get the latest NVIDIA drivers, we get the latest AMD drivers. They add something new, like just like all of the smart access memory stuff that's being added to the BIOS. Is like, of course I updated my BIOSes to do that. Or, faster memory comes out, especially, 4,000 megahertz for DDR4, like upgrade the BIOS so it supports it now. Like I want to do that with my car.
Yeah, I mean, my boss, he'll get upgrades where it's like, oh, they added 20 horsepower with this latest update because, they've tweaked something to, adjust it. Or, oh, I get another 10 miles out of a charge or whatever the case may be.
But it's even on the software side. So like, I'm sure at one point you had, like I had bought a car that had like satellite radio, right? Mm-hmm. But like who's using satellite radio these days, right? But like with this, you can be like, oh, it has iTunes, Spotify, and something else. Well, like, what if something new comes along that everybody's using? Now
I can't add it to your Ford or whatever. Yep.
Yeah. So now you can. I like that idea of the car. Yep. So yeah, like I said, I think that's cool. I see it more as like for kids, in the back of the car. But yeah, if you're just waiting to charge, you can play a game and just be like, yo, boys, I'm parked. Where are we dropping? So yeah. So that is pretty cool there. Talking about what we have coming up next week. I've been talking about this for a while. Finally getting down to writing a review on it. It is what's in front of me. It is the Viotech SUW49DA, which is the 49-inch ultra wide that's sitting in front of me. Super ultra wide, 1440p, 120 hertz, 32:9, has FreeSync. It's just an awesome monitor. I've been loving it so far. I really wanted to use it for a while before I reviewed it, because the whole idea with this is like, can I be productive on this big ass screen? Will it actually work for me? Going from I was already on an ultra wide. I was on a 34-inch. So going from 34 to 49, what's the difference? That's kind of what the whole review is about. Mm-hmm. So definitely stay tuned for that. And we will have a gaming keyboard. Can't tell you much about it. It launches next week. It's from a company you wouldn't expect it from. It has a really interesting feature that I haven't seen on a keyboard in a while. So okay. So that is what's coming up next week. I did want to ask you, because we talked about it at length last podcast. Did you sell your GameStop shares?
Do I look like a paper-handed boy to you? No. These are diamond hands, man.
You're still in? I haven't even looked.
Yeah, I like the stock.
Do you?
These are diamond hands, Bob.
Okay.
Nope, I'm still holding.
You're still holding? Okay.
Yes, I have a very small position, so it's really not that crazy.
Yeah. No, I was just wondering. That's all. If you
nope, I'm just still holding on.
Because I know a lot of people,
last week, really Wednesday was I think the peak price hit, and then throughout the rest of the week it kind of dipped, and it's just Still
So-
a big time news story. Still, even
So
this
technically, you lost money?
Yeah.
Okay. So I didn't
Yep.
think you got in super early on it.
I did on, well, I mean, not super early, but no, my average is, who knows what
You don't
it's
have to
at.
look it
What's
up,
it at?
but
No, that's all right.
but
I was just
yeah.
gonna see what it's at right now. It's at, it closed at 92, and after
Oh,
hours it's at
geez.
88. So
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, it was interesting. All that's everybody's going crazy, and that was the big story last week. So I was just going to ask you if is what you if you stayed in or not.
Yeah,
You were-
I'm in.
yeah, it's good. It's good to see you're all about the cause. So yeah, that is pretty much it. Is there anything else you wanted? Anything you've been working on? Anything?
Nothing I can think. AMC. Kelly L says AMC. No, I did not get in on AMC. I don't think that's a good choice. But
Yeah.
I am not a financial advisor, and that is not financial advice.
Oh, Kelly L did say
I'm,
maybe free internet from the satellite.
yeah, well,
That'd be
yeah.
kind of
I
cool.
mean, you get some connectivity free, like just for owning the car. But then if you want to stream and do other stuff, there's a cost to that.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't know that.
On there. But yeah, no, I'm really just excited for the new season 8 of Apex Legends. I mean, I know we're going to be getting into that. Like, we're going back to King's Canyon. It's going to be updated. We get a new champion, some new weapons.
Did you get the battle pass that I bought?
I didn't. I forgot you gifted it to me, and I was like, oh, I need to
buy this guy a battle pass for the game so he can have some cool skins and like actually update.
I don't even know where to enter that. I bet I should get to look at
I gave you the link. I say
you probably did, but my messenger's broken, remember?
I said I gave Ryan the link, and then I gave him the code, and I said thank me later or something like that for the battle pass. And now he's just but yeah, we will be jumping on Twitch after this. We'll be playing Apex Legends Season 8. I played yesterday.
Oh, you did?
The new map, the new map update is excellent. The new character is a lot of fun to play. It's a lot of fun. The game seemed faster. Like it didn't. Maybe they changed some stuff, but it seemed faster, and it seemed like it looks better. Like when you go from like 1080p to 1440p, like this, the detail is like, I don't know. You can play. I mean, your machine sucks, but
hey.
But no, like the detail looks so much better in the game too. Maybe it's just because they refined it. I don't know. But we'll be jumping on there. So go ahead and load up. Ryan's going to get the stream up. Twitch.tv/ThinkComputers. We will go ahead and jump on there. And until next week, we will catch you guys later.